A new children's book tackling the lack of diversity in literature aimed at preschoolers has been published. Riley Can Be Anything follows the adventures of cousins Riley and Joe as they explore their dream careers. It's written by London journalist Davina Hamilton, who joins me on the sofa this evening. Welcome to London Live News.
Hello, thank you.
What sparked the initial idea for this?
Well, I've just always wanted to write a book, and I think it was my children first and foremost. They love, their bedtime stories, so I thought, well, why not write something for them first and foremost. My son's name is Riley, so that was, the title was quite easy, and I wanted to target boys in particular, boys of colour who I feel are kind of underrepresented. I think black children in general, people of colour, children of colour are underrepresented in literature, but I wanted to begin with a boy character because I feel that in particular it's young black boys who could perhaps do with a little boost and some encouragement, so that's where I started.
How does the real life Riley feel about seeing his namesake in the book?
Do you know what, he actually is younger than my fictional character, so he's taking it very much in his stride, and him and his sister are both very excited about it because they know it's for them, so they will say, oh, it's our book, so yeah, very excited, very pleased, but also kind of a bit blasé because he's 3, so
as kids are. Well, interesting you say that. As a 3-year-old, how much do preschoolers really take in about issues to do with diversity, and particularly in the books they're reading? Have your children mentioned that perhaps they haven't seen themselves represented in children's books before?
Well, interestingly, it's not so much been in books because I try to keep as many diverse books as possible in our home, but it was when my children began nursery, and my daughter came to me and said, after I think it was about a few weeks in nursery, she said, oh, that her and her brother were the only 2 children with brown faces in their nursery. So to me that kind of reinforced something that I already believe quite strongly, which is that children, they're not colourblind. This idea that children don't see colour, I think they're very aware of the differences, and I don't think that that's the problem. I think it's how we shape their knowledge and let them be aware that it's okay to be different. Not everybody's the same, but it's not a problem. Those things don't have to be kind of seeped in the type of negativity that it can become as we get older and get into adulthood. So yeah, they are aware, but I try to teach them as much as possible that everybody's different. We're not all the same, but we're all equal.
I thought it was really interesting in the book that the main character, Riley, is a black boy, but that's never explicitly talked about in the story. Why did you decide to take that approach?
Because I think in addition to wanting to have a positive image for black children, I also wanted to kind of address the wider issue, which is that books that have black characters aren't necessarily just for black children, and I think that's the problem. A lot of the times these type of books have been deemed niche, and they're not. They're for everybody. So the whole idea is really to just let everybody, all children, see that these books are for them. It's not just for black children, it's for all children. I think that exposing all children to that level of diversity will allow them to see that diversity, it's not some type of oddity, it's the norm.
It's quite a career change for you. Your former life as an entertainment editor for The Voice newspaper and now writing children's books. What does the future hold?
More books, hopefully, yeah. Still doing the journalism as well, but there is another book in the pipeline. So yeah, hopefully just more and more books to come. This book has been doing very well. I'm really proud so far, especially being self-published as well. It's all been done very independently, so I'm really pleased with the feedback that it's received so far. So yeah, hopefully more to come.